going? Welcome back to ThinkView. I'm Casper. So right in front of me is the laptop equipped with the latest processor from Team Red, the AMD Ryzen AI9HS370. I know that this might confuse many of you with the AMD naming scheme this year, as I am too. But simply put, this is the flagship model of the Ryzen AI 300 series. And as this will be the competitor against Snapdragon X series and Intel Lunar Lake. I would love to have an in-depth discussion about the chip on this Asus laptop because as usual, the cooling system on this laptop is way more than enough. And when it comes to new processor, there are two things that you should care about. First is the performance, and second is the battery life. And when it comes to performance, to give an overview, the AMD Ryzen AI9 is an extremely power-efficient processor and perhaps the most efficient processor that I've ever experienced on a Windows machine. Even on par with the ROG Ally X with the Z1 Extreme processor, which is a really well-optimized APU chip designed for compact gaming handheld. Whether at 50W, 20W or 28W, the Ryzen AI9 offers higher performance at the same power level. If you push the performance of the Vivobook S14 to the max, it can draw up to 55W. I mean, this is not too power hungry, but it still delivers performance on par with some high-performance 14th Gen Intel chip. Impressive, isn't it? This Gen 5 architecture is really efficient. And when it comes to power efficiency, it even outperformed the first generation of Intel Core Ultra. At 50W, it is up to 2.5 times more efficient than the last gen Intel Core Ultra 7. Therefore, if this processor is featured in the future gaming laptop, they will have better battery life when it comes to medium or heavy tasks like Photoshop or video editing, since the machine won't need much power to handle those tasks. And second, they will run more quiet, as 20W is already enough to bring great performance. That's likely why the Asus TUF Gaming A14 is able to be so thin, because they are equipped with this new Ryzen processor. As for the graphic card, it used the integrated A90M with the RDNA 3.5 architecture, capable of handling many demanding games. For example, I play Black Myth Wukong at around 70 FPS, which is impressive. It's also more powerful than the Intel 8 Arc-Core and better than the 780M on the Z1 Extreme inside the ROG Ally X. And at this point, I think that we now have to change our thinking about the new generation of Ultrabook. They are not just for office work, but this laptop is very capable of casual games like FIFA 24 or those indie games that don't require heavy graphics, and in that case, it runs them smoothly. Alright, that's all about the performance. The second thing that you need to pay attention to where there is a new processor is the battery life. And this is a very power efficient processor, as I've mentioned before. In my test, it lasted just as long as the Vivobook S14 running the Snapdragon X Elite, which provided over 7 hours of battery life at 250 nits of brightness and 60 Hz of refresh rate. Although this isn't an impressive number, I think it's because the OLED panel is consuming more power. I will have an update after testing with more devices. But to be honest, over 7 hours of battery life is quite comfortable for daily use. In terms of design, I really love 14-inch laptop in general. Everything looks balanced and easy on the eyes. It's not too big like a 16-inch nor too small like a 13-inch. The keyboard and touchpad are both center, unlike the Vivobook S15 where they were slightly shifted to the left. Almost the entire machine is made out of aluminum, which makes it sturdier than plastic and give it a more premium look. The detail is sharp and refined, although the aluminum isn't thick enough to give an absolute solid feel. And of course, Asus OLED display is great as usual. A 2.8K resolution with 120 Hz refresh rate and 400 nits of brightness. The top edge of the screen also have all the sensors you need, including a proximity sensor, IR camera for facial unlock, and a webcam shutter. The connectivity is very similar to the Vivobook S15 as it has two USB 4 ports, a micro SD card slot, a headphone jack, and also it features an HDMI and two USB-A ports. The machine is slightly cheaper than the Vivobook S15, priced at just around $1,200 but keep in mind it comes with 32 GB of RAM and 1 TB of SSD. I think this is a great deal considering the experience is offered. Alright, these are several thoughts I want to sum up in this video. If you're looking for an office laptop, sure, there are many better options in terms of price, or you could go for older model. But if you need more multitasking power or working on heavier tasks related to photos and videos, the combination of the new processor and a larger amount of RAM all packed into one of extremely compact machine make the Vivobook S14 is the top choices. And that's all my thought about this Vivobook S14. What do you think about this laptop and the new Ryzen AI series this year? Leave a comment so I can know, okay? But if you want to know how Team Blue performed with the new Intel Core Ultra series this year, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss the upcoming videos. I'm Casper from ThinkView. Thanks for watching and see you guys next time.